Hey, what's going on, guys? Contest time once again. It's been a little while since the last one. I took kind of a little break, but after thinking about some different ideas, I finally decided on one that I'd be very happy and excited about, and that is a summer theme for this contest. It's summer here, at least in the northern hemisphere, and if you're in an area where it does get hot in the summertime anyway. So in this video, I want to go over basically everything that you guys need to know for the contest. If you've entered any contests that I've run before, you should have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but a couple of key points just to get out of the way right from the start. There's going to be 3 winners, first, second, and third place for this, and that's it. Just going to be one main category for everybody doing a summer theme. We're going to have 2 awesome guest judges who I'll talk about in just a moment, and the contest is going to be once again sponsored by USA Gundam Store, as always. So the 3 winners are going to win gift cards of $200 for first place, $150 for second place, and third place winner will win a $100 gift card. And so because of that, this contest is also going to be limited to North America only, USA, Canada, and Mexico. And the deadline for the contest is going to be August 27th, giving you guys more than 2 months, a full summer's worth of time to work on your contest entry. That said, I guess if you're in some parts of the world, you know, summer's not always that long, unfortunately, but you guys should have plenty of time to work on an entry for this contest. And so let's first start off by just talking a little bit more about the theme. Basically, it's very wide open. We want you guys to be able to use whatever you want. It can be Gundam, it can be 30 Minutes Missions, 30 Minutes Sisters. You could use an Evangelion kit, a Votoms kit. You can use kind of whatever you want. You can use one kit or multiple kits. You can make a diorama or don't make a diorama. Anything as long as it fits within a theme of looking summery in some way. That's the main thing that we're going to be looking for, and so you guys are pretty wide open as far as what you can use for that. We want you to really get creative with this and, you know, come up with a really cool, fun, interesting idea for this contest. Now, the only thing I would say that you guys can't use is having like the main subject of your build being like a resin garage kit, so like a character figure kit, just because that's just getting a little bit far away. We want it to be centered mostly on plastic models here, of course. And so that said, if you wanted to use like a garage kit or like a resin character figure of like 1/20th scale or 1/35th scale or something, like to kind of go in your diorama or something like that, if that's what you're making, that's fine, but it just shouldn't be like the main the main subject of your build. Other than that, you guys can use, like I said, small scale resin character figures, or just like resin printed parts, resin printed option parts, whatever kind of other stuff you might want to use. You know, you can kit bash, you can scratch build, you can do whatever you want. We want to leave it wide open for you guys, whether it's a summer type of color scheme, whether it's a summery type of diorama, or, you know, whatever you guys can come up with. So that's really kind of all we're going to be looking for the guest judges this time around. I've got 2 guest judges who I think fit the summer theme very well because their personalities are very bright and summery, I think. So first one, you know him, you love him, Ryan Lau. He's been a guest judge before and has been a GBWC Canada representative multiple times and is just an awesome modeler, awesome guy. Also co-hosting with me on our Plamo No Trend series that we do kind of whenever we have time, essentially. But it's a lot of fun. Check out those live streams if you guys haven't. But Ryan's awesome. Ryan will be joining as our first guest judge. The second guest judge is someone who's newer to Gunpla but has been modeling for a long time. Recently spoke with her and just had a great conversation. She's a great person. Louise Sugden of Rogue Hobbies is going to be joining as our second guest judge. Very happy to have her on board as well. She'll be an awesome judge for this contest as well. So like I said, both of them very bright, sunny personalities to have on for this summer themed contest. So that will be great. What are we going to be looking for in terms of the judging criteria? Well, as always, it's going to be, you know, you need to have a really interesting idea and it needs to be well executed. So it's going to be kind of typical GBWC style criteria for this one, where it's going to come down to like 3 main things that we're going to be looking for. Number 1 is your idea, the concept, the creativity that you have with your idea, but then it's also going to rely heavily on just your building skills, whether that be, you know, seam lines, mold lines, nub marks, things like that, you know, your sanding, your just kind of general construction of the build, and then painting, which would be like, you know, your paint surfaces, your colors, your weathering, anything like else like that that you guys are doing to the models. So if you're, you know, using diorama, then, you know, the diorama is going to be considered in there as well. So make sure that, you know, don't have like a really awesome build and then a diorama that's kind of very subpar, doesn't really match the build kind of thing. So if you want to go the route of making a diorama or making a vignette or some kind of scene or something, make sure that you guys are paying, you know, equal attention to that aspect of the build, because if it's together, then it's going to be judged together. So pretty straightforward in terms of what we're going to be looking for the judging for this one. But of course, if you guys do have any other questions about any of this, you know, feel free to reach out and let me know if there's anything that you would like me to clarify for you guys. But all that said, as far as how to enter the contest, you're just going to send an email to contest@usags.com. That's contest@usags.com. In the past, I have used my ZakuAurelius official email address, but we're using the contest email address now, so make sure that you don't send it to the wrong address. And you need to send an email with the title there reading Summer Contest. And within the email, all I need is just a photo from you guys. And with the photo, I need a photo of the main kit that you're going to be using. So even if you're using multiple kits or parts from different kits or other different products or whatever you're going to use for your entry, it doesn't matter. I just need to see like the main kit, just in order so that I can verify that it's a new project that you're making specifically for this contest and not something that you're going to be entering that maybe you built years ago. So I need to be able to see the actual kit. I'll show you a sample photo here. For example, not just the outside of the box, because in that case, you know, I don't know what's in the box. Maybe you just kept the box and the kit's already been built for years. But I need to see the actual kit, and I need to see a handwritten note in there with just your name and date. That's it. I don't need any other information in there. Just need to verify that it's you and your photo, and that it's a new photo of a new kit that you're going to be building for this contest. So if I can see all that in the photo, then you're good to go. I'll reply to your email, just letting you know that I got it. And then once you're done with the entry later on, you're going to reply back within the same email chain. Just makes everything nice and neat and organized. Reply back in the same email chain with your 10 finished photos. As always, guys, make sure to leave yourself enough time to get some nice photos of your kits. You don't want to spend, you know, weeks or months working on an entry for the contest, and then, you know, your photos are, you know, the lighting's not good, or there's something out of focus, or just we can't see the build clearly. Because remember, when it comes to judging, we need to be able to see it clearly to be able to judge it. And if we can't see it clearly, we can't judge it properly. We can't, you know, feel confident about, you know, awarding it as one of the winners if we can't see the build properly. So just make sure that you guys are taking some nice photos. 10 photos gives you enough to, you know, photograph the front, back, left side, right side, you know, close-ups, you know, full shots. You can refer back to a video I made a while back talking about, you know, guidelines or, you know, tips for entering a contest online in terms of what to do as far as your photography goes, kind of do's and don'ts of photography for that. So refer to that video if you guys need. But yeah, then once your 10 photos are in, then I'll reply back to you once again, letting you know that I got them and you're good to go. Other thing that I would say is that when you send in your 10 photos, please send them within the actual email. Even if like the photos are too big and it can only fit like 1 or 2 photos per email, that's fine. Just send multiple emails. That just, again, makes it so much easier for me to collect your guys' photos, because if you send me like a Google Drive link, but you haven't given me permission to access the drive, then I have to reply back to you and say, can you please send that again, or send the photos in a different way? And it just kind of slows down the process for me like I said, I'm just kind of handling all the back end organization of the contest by myself, and it just makes my life so much easier. So thank you guys for adhering to the rules. And I think that should just about kind of cover everything. So again, just a reminder, the deadline's August 27th. Giving you guys plenty of time to work on this. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. I think it would be really interesting to see kind of what you guys come up with in terms of your different summer ideas. And again, just a reminder that if you do have any other questions about the contest, anything that you would like clarified, if there's something that you want to do or something that you want to use, you're not sure if it's allowed, you know, just by all means ask. But it should be, like I said, pretty wide open for you guys to just get creative and kind of use pretty much whatever you want for this one. So you should have plenty of time to work, but keep that time frame in mind. And if you're wanting to enter the contest, you know, but you live outside the US, Canada, and Mexico, I would encourage you to join in the contest anyway. Use the hashtag Summer Plamo Contest. And even for those of you guys who are, you know, like again, here in the US and you are entering the contest as well, anybody that wants to share work in progress, you're absolutely able to do so. I never have any rules about, you know, not sharing your work in progress before the contest is finished or anything like that. So go ahead, use that hashtag, share your work in progress, as long as you don't mind sharing it around online. And it'll be really interesting to see kind of your guys' projects as they're coming along. So use that hashtag Summer Plamo Contest. And again, just a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for making it all possible, and to our guest guest judges, Ryan and Luis, for being awesome and agreeing to help out with this contest as well. Make sure you guys follow them. I'll have links for their social media stuff down in the description below the video there as well, down there, right? So that's it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for all of your support. Leave a like if you're excited about the contest. Make sure that you're subscribed if you're not subscribed yet. Make sure you don't miss any of the content from now to in between. But like I said, thank you guys so much for all of your support. Till next time, hope you all are having a great day. See you guys.